The weather is warming up. You're ready to do a barbecue island or an outdoor kitchen, and there are many options. One of the things that I looked at while I was doing mine was Kindred Outdoor Cabinets. And the Kindred Outdoor Cabinet, I'm just going to do a quick initial review. I'm still working with these so far, but a quick initial review about these really quick. And then we'll just follow through and see how it continues to work out. So I liked these because I did not have to do a lot of measuring. I didn't have to do a lot of any cutting. I didn't have to do all that base work before deciding what type of uh, situation, what type of setup I had or wanted. And so what I was able to do was just go and just pick out through a number of different assortments in this book. My pages are all marked up, so I won't really go through them, but you got all these different options, different cabinets that you can configure and piece together and do different things with. Seating, all of that's available. And you order it, and that, you got to get it into your yard, and that's about it. So that's what I decided to start with, simply because I didn't want to have to do all the hard work. Either you're doing some sort of brick and cement sort of mix, you're using some sort of frame build out. It's a lot of work. This took out all of that work. So I'm able to just kind of get these back here and get started. They come at about, on average, they're about 30 inches wide, 30 inches or so wide. They got a number of different sections. Some of these are countertop height. That's why this portion here is a little bit higher. It's actually 40 inches wide on this because of this piece here. So you can get them higher than this and lower than that, and it's a number of different things you can do. Once you get them, you got to turn around and buy some pieces to connect them, and I've already got those screws, those bolts on the inside. There's going to be some plates, some that you can use to close these up. So I bought a couple of those. You're going to need some vents if you're putting an actual gas-powered item in there, and then you're going to need some sort of exterior brick or something like that. And you're also going to have to figure out what you're going to do for your countertop, so it doesn't do all of that for you. It's just sort of the shell, and the shell is so much easier because it just came ready. My initial thoughts is I really like it. It's solid, it's really heavy, it's strong. Took a lot for me to get them back here. Some of the heights are not perfectly even like I would like, so I'm gonna have to account for that when I'm working on my countertops. Still made it a little bit easier, to do this than to not do it, but it's just worth noting that if you're planning on doing like a tile countertop or something like that, it's gonna be off a little bit because some of the heights are not as precise as they could be. I ended up having to use some shims to prop it up at certain areas, just to be able to bolt them and make sure that everything bolted properly. What else? Some of it, you can see where it's broken off at some pieces. Look at this corner here. Not a huge deal because that's also going to get replaced or covered anyway with the exterior brick, but it does exist. I mean, it is kind of, it breaks in shipping and moving it and then getting it back here. I think I had a crack going across here. In fact, I think this piece here was shipped to me having been broken and then repaired. You can see where there's pieces that's darker than other pieces. You can see where the mold was kind of smoothed out a little bit as well. The last thing I would probably mention is that you really got to watch the size, because you're thinking, oh, I just got to get them in the backyard and that's that. We had a major problem getting this piece in. My fence is, and then we've got like a brick exterior near the fencing area, and then we thought it would be just as simple as putting it in there, getting it through there, but it didn't quite go that easily because this 40-inch wide thing. I think we only had about 3 feet, so we had 36 inches. This was just too wide. We ended up having to, and it's really heavy, so we ended up having to raise it higher than the fence and the wall to get it through. It was a lot of work. We had to go rent a material lift, and that's how we did it. And we jacked it up a good 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and that was able to get this part above the wall. We got it through, we lowered it, and we got it back here. Not a huge deal, but that was something that we had to figure out, because they're so heavy. You can't just say, oh, let's lift it over our heads. I mean, it's just too heavy for that. So anyway, my initial review, I mean it's a out of a 10, I would give this a good 7 or 8. It's going to give me a good solid start. It's easy enough to drill through. As you can see, I've already started running some hoses and some different things, so I've had to drill some holes in there. Got electricity going in there. You're not going to worry about fire or anything like that with this stuff. It's solid. So so far it's a go. So I'm looking forward to cutting it up, and I guess after I've used it, I'll come back and give another review.